How sobering and humbling it is to contemplate that the ultimate course and trajectory of our lives and the history of the world is shaped by seemingly insignificant nuances in daily life. I'm writing this on July 14th, 2024, the day after an assassination attempt was made on former President Trump. A bullet was fired, barely missed his head, and catching only the tip of his ear. Half a second before the shot, he just so happened to turn his head, preventing the bullet from making full contact and almost certainly taking his life. How startling it is to think, we didn't know it, but we were standing at a crossroad of two very different paths for a family, a nation, and our world. And the path we were given was determined by one nothing of a head tilt to the side. And to think these tiny, small domino decisions and actions made half-consciously by everyone every day knock over big domino life and world-altering events. In the Bible, there is a story of how God saved his people from an evil plot to destroy them by a wicked and corrupt politician through the hand of a woman named Esther and a man called Mordecai. This wicked politician, who was an advisor to the king, hated Mordecai because he did not bow down to him, and intended to use his political power to murder him and his people. But his plan was thwarted when, the night before, the king was being read the royal archives and learned Mordecai was responsible for preventing the king's own assassination when he overheard a murder plot against him. This discovery led the king to highly honor Mordecai and thereby secured peace for him and his people. And why was the king being read the royal archives the night before? He couldn't sleep. The fate of Mordecai, the entire Jewish nation then and now, the existence of the Christian religion as a whole, on, all depended on one night of insomnia. It is a breathtaking realization, one which I think can either generate panic or profound relief. The course of this life and the world is not up to us or in our control. Now that's not to say we have absolutely no agency, of course not, but it is to say something bigger than human agency is at work, something that human agency cannot thwart. For the atheist, it's blind matter in motion, no meaning or reason or goal, simply random luck of the draw. For the Christian, it's a superintending God of love and care, arranging and looking after every atom in the universe, bringing about the good and right end he foresaw before ever the world existed. Are not two sparrows sold for a penny, and not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father? But even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. Matthew 10:29-31 ESV. And so take heart. The world can change in the blink of an eye, but its course, even in the hard and scary times, is looked after by a loving Father, who has given us his promise that all things work together for good for those who are united with him by faith in Christ. Amen.